Hello everyone, welcome to Business Live. Coming up tonight, Ghana Association of Savings and Loans Companies appeals to Ministry of Finance to exempt members from e-levy charges on payment of loans through mobile money. We'll speak to the Executive Secretary. Also coming up tonight, banks write off 349.36 million cedis as bad debt in the first 2 months of this year, slightly lower compared to previous year. What does this signify? We will discuss. Plus, Cow Bank and Ghana National Chamber of Pharmacy form partnership to support the creation of a formidable pharma industry. We've got details of those stories and others coming up in this half hour of business news. Do stay with us. Well, first up tonight, banks wrote off 349.36 million cedis as bad debt in the first 2 months of this year. That's according to the Domestic Money Bank's income statement published by the Bank of Ghana. Charles Nixon Yabua has more in this report.
The provisioning for bad debt by the banks was lower than what was recorded in January this year, but higher than the same period last year. The industry's asset quality also improved year on year, evidenced by the decline in the non-performing loans ratio, despite the nominal increase in the stock of NPLs to 8.1 billion cedis in February. The lower NPL ratio came on the back of a decline in the private sector NPL ratio to 15.3% in February this year from 16.5% in February last year. The sectors that recorded declines in their NPL ratios included services, electricity, water and gas, manufacturing, and mining. On the other hand, the sector that recorded the highest increase in its NPL ratio were construction, followed by agriculture, forestry and fishing, and transportation. The sector with the lowest NPL ratio was the services sector, though it is the highest recipient of the industry's loans.
As this is Dr. Benjamin Amwa. He is Executive Director of the Center for Economics, Finance and Inequality Studies. Great to have you on the program tonight. What do you make of this latest report by the Bank of Ghana? Bad debts written off 349.36 million cedis. That is slightly lower than the 364.46 million recorded in February 2021. What does this say about the banking industry? Can you hear me?
Banks have improved in terms of their credit management marginally compared to what it was the case as of last year, February, like you rightly said. But then again, this is not too strange because in the credit extension business, once you offer credit, the issue of non-performing loans will be presented to you. So it is not strange that banks year in, year out will be recording non-performing loans. Our interest should be comparatively, is it better this year than last year? And clearly, if it's better this year than last year, then it is something good that we need to at least applaud the banks for recording marginally lower NPLs compared to last year.
And what can the banks do to sustain this trend and reduce losses, especially as we are seeing a rise in interest rates?
Again, the banks must, in this case, look at their whole credit management policy. Before the credit is extended to the customer, the bank should be aware of what we call the adverse selection phenomenon, where it is most likely those who are risky will be selected to have access to loan. And then after, the banks will also have to consider what we call the moral hazard aspect of the loan that has been granted. So if you look at before the credit is extended, the banks must improve on what they do to assess the customer. When the credit is given, the banks must also do the credit management of the loan that has been given. And then finally, the bank should also give the customer what you call a good experience so the customer will come in for a loan, because so long as the customer comes for a loan, the bank stays in business. If the customer refuses to come for a loan because of a difficulty that he or she has experienced, the bank has lost one business. So it's a trade-off between giving the loan and your NPL. The bank should look at how best they can manage these two aspects.
Well, the report by the Bank of Ghana concluded that the banking sector remains solvent, liquid, and profitable, with most banks maintaining strong capital buffers during the first 2 months of the year. And so that's good news so far.
Yes, it is good news for all industry players in the banking sector, because so long as the banks are okay, they are on good footing, it is good for business, it's good for borrowers, and it's good for depositors like us, because we have some level of assurance that when we deposit our funds with the banks will do good business and they will be in a position to pay us when we make withdrawal requests. So the current situation is good for all interested parties.
And this is just the first 2 months of the year. What do you anticipate the outlook to be like? Are they going to sustain this?
It's most likely they will sustain it. It's most likely because, with COVID, we are now having a strategy and how to do business with COVID hovering around. So it's not like when we're not too sure. So now businesses are back. I think banks are now back. And we all have a clear idea of how businesses are going to be going forward. So it is easy going forward for the banks to maintain this type of performance and to also manage the NPL, because if you look at what led to the banking sector cleanup, one of the major issues was the unsustainable NPLs. So the regulator, Bank of Ghana, is very much worried, and I believe that the banks themselves are also worried, so we don't repeat the mistakes of the past. So indeed, going forward, we believe strongly that the banks will improve on this good performance.
Dr. Benjamin Amwa, thank you so much, Executive Director of Surface. Always great to speak with you on Business Live. We'll still stay with the financial sector, because the Ghana Association of Savings and Loans Companies is appealing to the Ministry of Finance to exempt its members from the 1.5% e-levy charges on payment of loans through mobile money. According to the association, the levy will put extra financial burden on its customers, a situation that could discourage businesses and individuals from borrowing from savings and loans companies. Executive Secretary Chinebua Kodiabuachi joins us on Zoom to tell us more. Great to have you on our program tonight. Isn't this call too late for your members to be exempted from the payment of e-levy?
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Wow, how are you?
I'm great. Good to see you.
Great. Thank you very much, and good evening, everyone. It's not too late. Fortunately, we have seen in the release and the various communication materials that if someone is paying his quick loan, it is exempted from the levy. And therefore, we think that it's in the right direction. Another way maybe the government can look at to improve on financial inclusion, and also, the risk in moving cash around, and the fact that the microfinance, the savings and loans companies are not that very strong in terms of buying a lot of bullion funds. These are some of the ways that we can advocate for an uptake of technology. And I must tell you that our members who are actually using technology have seen an upsurge of deposit, have seen a very sharp increase in asset growth. We have seen disbursement of loans gone up. If you compare it to prior years, you see that the institutions that are using technology are actually growing, and they are helping their customers very fast.
You made a point about financial inclusion. That was the fear, I guess, that with the implementation of e-levy, it would discourage more people from saving, for instance. Tell us a bit more about what you anticipate would be the impact on your operations once implementation of the e-levy starts.
We must say that the association and its members are not, in principle, against the levy. We are not against the law. We are looking at the practicality of implementing the law to make sure that the ordinary customer gets the best out of our services. And we are always available to support the government to roll out any program that will ensure that we improve on financial inclusion. And I must say that we have put in place a number of processes. The use of the Ghana card plans are far advanced. The use of technology, mobile money, the use of platforms, signing on to the GIPS platform and those other ones, we are using a lot of those platforms. And so we are not against the levy in principle. We are looking at how best we can support the ordinary customer to continue to do business with the microfinance subsector, the savings and loans, and the smaller financial institutions. And you agree with me that we are now having an uptake of technology into our banking space.
Right.
And so we believe that with the right policies and support by government, our members will be able to comply fully with all regulations and to also serve our customers better.
Are you engaging the authorities, for instance, in the finance ministry, to maybe by chance ascertain if this could really happen, the review that you're asking for your members? Is this something you're pushing?
Yes, we are. And we started an engagement. This week, we also engaging the regulator. Of course, you know that because we are in a regulated environment, we cannot just go straight to the ministry because they deal with the fiscal issues. And we are engaging the regulator to discuss with the regulator how we're going to get our members to fully comply with the law, at the same time ensuring that we support in the revenue generation of the nation, and also looking at how best it can be more efficient. We must say it here also that all our customers who do daily savings, daily susu, and those that are less than 100 Ghana cedi per the current state of the law, they shouldn't fear. We will encourage our customers to use all the appropriate channels that we have given to them to do their business with our institutions. And anything that they think will help bring in more customers, bring in more revenue, will bring in more efficiency, we will discuss with the regulator so that the regulator will lead us to have the right kind of engagement. For instance, if you want to look at GRA, how GRA is going to implement this, the systems and the monitoring, we are ready to support them. However, we need to appreciate and understand the technicalities and the mechanisms of all these things, of which our members are ready.
Well, away from the e-levy, we understand the balance sheets of your members have been enhanced to advance loans to the public flowing the financial sector cleanup by the Bank of Ghana. So it looks like the cleanup paid off.
Yes, we will say that generally, yes. Generally, yes. One, we have seen an improvement in customer relationship. We have seen better management of risk. Our members are better managers. The boards are more enlightened. The boards are more proactive in dealing with the issues. The institutions are growing in their balance sheet. If you look at deposits, by December 2019, we had about 2.2 billion as it stands in deposits. As of December 2021, the deposit has grown to 3.3 billion. If you look at total assets, we have seen an upsurge in assets from 4 billion to now we have about 6 billion among the members. And if you look at even customer base, our customer base as of December 2019, that was around 4.5 million. Now we are more than 7 million. So if you look at it, then generally there is an improvement, except some few individuals that are resolving some teething issues. And it is our expectation that the various shareholders and the Bank of Ghana will continue to discuss. We have seen a closer collaboration between institutions and the central bank. And so we will encourage all customers that we are better positioned now. They should continue to do business. But of course, the customer has a responsibility to making sure that the customer plays his role. If you take a loan, you pay. If you see something that is not good for the industry, draw the attention of policy and leaders, policymakers and stakeholders so that we can address them for the betterment of all of us.
All right, just a quick one. We have just about a minute on this. You talked about technology when we were talking about e-levy. So I wanted to find out, with the growth of technology, how are your members positioning to take advantage of the digital space?
Yes, to be honest with you, our members, one, some are using technology to appraise customers. Deposit mobilization, we are using technology. Disbursement of loans, we are using technology. And more collaboration is ongoing. And it is our expectation that because the future of banking lies with technology, the use of technology, and we will continue to spread our tentacles across the nation, but become more efficient with deployment of technology.
Okay.
And so our doors are open for any kind of collaboration that will make sure that we serve the customer better than it used to be.
All right. Thank you so much. Great to speak with you tonight, Tunebua Kodjawache, who is Executive Secretary of the Ghana Association of Savings and Loans Companies. You're watching Business Live. Still to come, Cow Bank, Ghana National Chamber of Pharmacy form partnership to support the creation of a formidable pharmaceutical industry.
That's into the country, the potential of what sort of exports we can make out of this country and what impact it can have on our growth, development, jobs, prosperity.
The National Biosafety Authority.
Welcome back to Business Live. Indigenous Bank, Cal Bank, and the Ghana National Chamber of Pharmacy have formed a partnership to support the creation of a formidable pharma industry. Now, this partnership will see the bank support the establishment of the Pharma Industry Park at Dawu Industrial Enclave, among other projects. Here's more.
The partnership between Cal Bank and the Chamber of Pharmacy will support the growth of the country's pharmaceutical sector to benefit from the Continental Free Trade Agreement. Managing Director of Cal Bank, Philip Oredu, disclosed this to Joy Business at the Leadership Conversation series under the theme AFCFTA and the Post-COVID Era, the growth of the pharmaceutical sector in Ghana.
We saw the numbers when we were talking about import of pharmaceutical products into the country, the potential of what sort of exports we can make out of this country, and what impact it can have on our growth, development, jobs, prosperity. And as a financial institution, we tend to play in this sector so that we support the growth and development of the country.
The forum sought to open up opportunities within the trade agreement for stakeholders and players in the pharmaceutical industry to take advantage of. Chairman of the Chamber of Pharmacy Council, Harrison Abutiate, is confident that the concerns of funding will be partly addressed through the partnership.
Cal Bank came handy to discuss the pharmaceutical industry, its challenges, and how they can fund some of the projects that we have in mind. The biggest project that we've been discussing has been the Pharma Park, which is at Dawa Industrial Area. Like I was saying in my closing remarks, we cannot continue being individual players, but we have to come together and work and share costs so that the economies of scale can help us to produce at lower costs, which can be transferred to the final consumer.
National Coordinator for AFCFTA office in Ghana, Dr. Farid Arthur, re-emphasized the need for the creation of innovative financial products that will support industry players to expand in their various spaces.
Now, Executive Director in charge of Wholesale and Investment Banking at the Ghana Commercial Bank, Sam Edo, is entreating financial institutions to invest in the tourism sector. According to him, there is the need for a concerted effort by the private and public sectors to drive and boost tourism to fight against the menace of unemployment. He spoke to Joy Business at the launch of the Chasing Waterfalls book.
The launch of the Destination Africa's Chasing Waterfalls photo exhibition and tour guidebooks was an initiative by the United Kingdom Ghana Chamber of Commerce and its platinum member, the Ghana Commercial Bank. The project is designed to boost tourism by raising awareness about waterfalls in Ghana and provide information to guide visitors, easing their experience as tourists. Here is the Executive Director in charge of Wholesale and Investment Banking at the Ghana Commercial Bank, Sam Edu.
So GCP has a social contract to support endeavors such as this in Ghana. It's important that banks and other financial institutions step up to the plate and support any endeavor that's going to showcase the beauty of various parts of Ghana. To be able to drive the sector, we will need a collaborative approach from all stakeholders, and a bank like GCB is prepared to step up and make this support. We joined tonight's event as the platinum sponsor, and I think it's well worth our time to be able to support this.
President of the UK Ghana Chamber of Commerce, Ajoba Chiama, revealed that the chamber will continue to support the tourism sector to drive the economy.
As a chamber, our main objective is to promote bilateral trade between the UK and Ghana. And so any opportunity to promote Ghana to the world, and particularly to the UK, is welcome. And the last 2 years have shown us that it's important that we promote domestic tourism and also tourism into Ghana as the world opens up again. And so, given that Steve Abebio's photography business is a member of our chamber, we're very delighted to support him and promote his work, whilst at the same time promote Ghana to the world.
Project lead Steve Abebio explained the rationale behind the project. He urged corporate bodies to support various waterfalls and tourist sites in the country.
Domestic tourism, I feel, is more powerful than we waiting for foreigners to come and do things. If we get up and do these things ourselves, we will be able to change our economy ourselves. That's why we're doing it.
One more news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. Thanks for watching.